Hey guys, um, I want to welcome everybody to the Modern Talk and Adventures today. Well, we actually changed the name now to Modern Talk because Modern Talk and Adventures is too wordy, I've been told by a couple people. Guys, I want to talk about a few things today. Um, First off, I want to address an interview I did with a guy on a channel. One of my favorite channels on YouTube right now is a guy by the name of Mark Thornton, and his channel is called Every Man Has a Story. This man is pretty incredible with the things that he's doing in his life and how he's turned his life from zero to hero, you could say. And so I did an interview on his channel, and we talked a bit about my history as a Hutterite and how, you know, along the way, everything that happened along the way. I had a couple people that came on my last video that I did and made comments on how they'd like to hear more. So I promise you, I'm gonna make more videos of that, and I'll basically go part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, and then if I get a bunch of views, and not just a bunch of views, but if I get enough interest, I'll keep going, and I'll tell you my whole adventure that I was on. But today, guys, we got something very special. We got a longtime friend of mine. His name is John. So nice to meet you, John. Thank you for coming to our channel.
Hi, Josh. Thank you for inviting me to your channel.
John, how long have I known you now?
I would say, how long?
Oh,
I don't remember.
9, 10 years? 9 years? 8, 9 years?
Yeah,
something like that? How did we meet?
About 10 years, I think.
How did we meet?
At the restaurant. One day at my restaurant, and it was lunchtime. I would say about 12:10 or 12:15, at just past noon. And I was serving. Well, it's not a very busy day. Well, lunchtime. Well, anyway, just the beginning, right? At noon.
Just the start of lunch rush, yeah.
Yes, just the stuff.
That was early. I was hungry. I was early.
So anyway, I had a couple tables, and Josh came in my restaurant. I think it was his first time.
It was my first time at your
Right?
restaurant, yeah.
Yeah, if I could recall. And he walked in, and then he sat on the third table by the door.
No, I asked you if you had a buffet, remember?
Oh yes. He asked me about it. I said no, don't have a buffet. So you want to stay, you could. If not, then it's okay. But he decided to stay anyway, to sit down. So anyway, after I seated him, I went to the kitchen to get my order for the table that I ordered previously. And I brought the food to, let's say, table number 1, and I walked past Josh with the food and give the guy on table number 1, but he said he didn't order what I gave him. I said, oh, that's fine. I just bring this back. So
Yeah, he said that's not what I ordered.
Yeah.
And you're like, and I know you were very polite because you're like, oh, I'm sorry, but I knew it was what he ordered because I heard him what he had ordered,
Yeah.
and I knew he thought it was something else what he was getting, but he didn't
I think
actually
so,
order
yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, I walked past Josh and he stops me. He said, what's that? I said, I believe it was like Cantonese chow mein or something.
It was a Cantonese chow
Cantonese
mein, yeah.
So you look at it, I say, well, Josh said, I will take it. I was like, are you sure you want to take it? I said, okay, you can have it. You don't really have to pay me. Remember I said?
Yeah, you did.
You can just have it, because if I take it back, I'm just gonna, not gonna do anything with it, right?
Well, yeah, you throw it out, or you
Yeah.
guys will eat it for lunch, but it would
Exactly.
be cold by the time you guys eat.
So anyway, that's how we really met the first time. That's how we become friends after, as time goes by.
Yeah.
Josh keep coming back, once a week.
So a bit about yourself, John. Where are you from? You're obviously not born and raised in Canada, so.
No, I've been in Calgary for a long time. I would say, well, I came here when it was 1982, right, when I was still a little young boy. That's a long time ago. And at that time, the population of Calgary was only 609,000 people,
Wow.
which is a medium-sized city, I believe.
But tell everybody where you're from. Where did you come from?
I'm from Southeast Asia, a country called Malaysia.
Malaysia.
Yes, the capital of Malaysia is Kuala Lumpur. I'm from the southeast part of the Malaysia,
Oh, nice.
which is at the bottom.
How old were you when you got here?
Well, I was from a city. Let me rewind. I was at a city
Okay.
in Malaysia called Kuching, which
Okay.
is Kuching means cat city. We actually have a temple full of cat,
Oh,
and a lot of tourists go there. Yep,
interesting.
all different kind of cats. So I came here like 1982, 12, I believe.
12. So you were in grade school.
Grade 8.
Grade
Yes. I was supposed to go grade 9, but they pushed me back 1 year. But I think that's the right grade, grade 8.
Mm-hmm.
So I can speak English, right,
Mhm.
in Malaysia because Malaysia was colonized by Britain, so we still have British accent.
That's why you say bloody all the time.
Bloody hell. Or garage is like garage. So anyway, when I go to school, most of the people that in school, because I have a little accent, I don't know if that's good or not, and they say that, oh, we don't understand what you're talking about. But anyway, I have to go ESL to learn how to speak Canadian.
Yeah.
Yes.
Interesting. So you came here when you were 12 years old, and you went to you were in grade 8. How was it when you first got here? Like, how were you treated? And I'm not trying to talk about racism. I'm talking just because, I mean, keep in mind that Calgary is a very multicultural city. I think last time they checked the statistics, we had every nationality in the world here.
Yes.
I
True.
think so, right?
Oh, yeah.
So we're pretty diverse.
Yeah.
So how were you treated back then, you know, coming to Calgary and enrolling in class? I'm sure you didn't go to class the very next day you got here, but how were you treated as, you know, being from foreigner?
Well, actually, when I came here, it was just start of the winter. It was like the beginning of November.
Oh God.
So people tell me that, you know, Canada is like igloo, right? But as for Eskimo, you need to wear like fur jacket, you know, tube, thick gloves, scarf. So when the plane arrived, when the door opened, right, when I was standing by the door, I can smell this air that never breathed before. It was like a bit cool and fresh, I would say, very fresh. And just, you know, the cold air that when you take your first breath, you go into your lungs.
Mm-hmm.
It just feels different, and at the same time, it feels pretty unique and wonderful.
Yeah.
Right? Back home is tropical country, so it's pretty. It's always humid.
Yeah.
And hot, right? So it's different. So answer to Josh's question, when I came here, I go to grade 8, and here it's different. Back home, we wear uniform. We have to wear like white dress shirt, right, long sleeve or short sleeve, and we have to wear black pants. It can be short or long black pants. So when I come here, when I go to school the first day, we have no uniform. We can just wear whatever we're wearing. I'm like, this is kind of bizarre. Where's the uniform? But you know, I kind of like it. So I kind of like it that there's no uniform, so I can wear whatever I wish. So there's no dress. Well, I won't say dress code. I think there's
Uniform,
a
yeah.
dress code, but it's uniform.
Yeah.
So when I go to school here, it's just different. I don't see any like my own people. What I mean by my own people
Yeah.
is like Chinese or
You didn't see
Asian,
any Asians, yeah.
or
Okay.
you know, people that look like me from
Mhm.
back home. You know, most people look Westerner, right? So there was only one Chinese, that's me, and I believe there's one Indian, like from India.
East Indian, yeah.
Is Indian, and there's one Aboriginal, and
One like native too.
Yeah. Native people. That's it.
The rest were white.
The rest are white, you know, Caucasian.
Okay. So were you three buddies? Did you
So-
guys stick together?
No. I pretty much like, you know, I look like nomads.
But you're very sociable, so you would have probably fit in.
Well,
But maybe back then you weren't like that.
Well, at first, you know, I was, well, believe it or not, I'm kind of shy when I was that young, right? I know Josh probably don't believe it. But anyway, the teacher was nice. I have a teacher. Her name was Rothamel, and then she was my homeroom teacher,
Yeah.
and she teach English, and she got red hair and nice looking woman, and she's really nice, and she treat me like just like anybody else.
That's good to hear.
Yeah, and most of the teacher, I believe most of the teacher in that school, they because I went to a Roman Catholic school.
Yeah.
And I think most of the teacher there, they don't show any like indifferent, right?
That's
Or
good. Yeah.
racism, or they treat me just like anybody else. And we have a father there as an English teacher. And
Oh, okay.
and he was pretty strict. But overall, I think the experience was good. A lot of students are pretty nice. They invite me to their house party. They
Like
invite-
birthdays and stuff.
Yeah, or just regular house
Yeah,
party.
yeah.
Not birthday, just like get together.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Yeah.
When I was there, my first year. I don't know what the house party is, so I didn't go. I wanted to, but and sometimes they would invite me to like after school. They would invite me to go with them to go to arcade, but then there's arcade I can actually go and play games, right?
You actually went and
Like
played
Defender.
video games in a room instead
Yeah.
of sitting at home and doing it.
Exactly.
Okay, so here's another question. I mean, we're both foodies, right? We both
Yes.
we both go try. We actually went for dim sum this morning. So this, by the way, this video was not planned. We talked about dim sum. We heard about this new dim sum place here in the new TNT in Deerfoot Meadows. For all the locals that are watching, it's really good.
It's called B Bistro.
B Bistro.
Yeah.
There you go. So since we're both foodies, what was it like having lunch in the cafeteria? Were you guys eating Asian food and everybody had like burgers and sandwich and peanut butter and jelly
You
sandwich?
mean like in school?
like in school when you went to the cafeteria? What did somebody say? Well, I want to trade my peanut butter and jelly for chow mein, or
Actually, I didn't bring any Asian food when I was going
Oh.
to grade 8. I either buy burger and fries because I love burger and fries because we don't have that back home,
Yeah.
in that time. So I got hooked on burgers and fries. Sometimes,
Really?
sometimes I would just have fries, and I like donuts.
oh,
And my favorite donuts back then was, believe it or not, they call London John, and they're like a foot long, like this long, like a foot long, and
oh
thick,
wow,
and this width and this thick,
oh wow,
full of chocolate on top.
oh wow. It's funny because I did talk to your sister earlier, and she said you guys still have sisters in Malaysia.
Yeah,
And
Two.
she was saying how they love Western food there. Like
that's what I heard.
Yeah, she
they're like
said-
McDonald's, Wendy's,
she said, they absolutely love the Western
Burger King.
food
Yeah,
there. Now, whereas and for me, if you put me beside, I mean, I could go. I'd rather go to a PF Chang's than a
yes.
freaking McDonald's or a Wendy's or a Burger King. Like, no way, hands down. I would go to an Asian. I would go to the worst Asian restaurant versus the best.
McDonald's.
Well, no, I mean, but that's me, right? Like, it's nothing personal. It's just I prefer that. But
Yeah.
anyway, so basically you went. How about friends? Because I've heard a lot of times from people that come from other countries that, I mean, you came young, so you would have still had an opportunity. But I've heard from a lot of people that when they came later on in life, in their 20s and 30s, it was very hard to make friends. How would you say it was for you to make friends? Friends that you still have, friends that you kept all those years. How would you say that was?
For me, making friends is not much of an issue. I think students there, most of them are pretty nice, friendly, and some of them don't want to have anything to do with you. They don't come and bother you. They just leave you alone. And some will actually come and talk to you, say how are you, and they want to go for lunch or you want to hang out after school. We don't really talk about like where I come from, but later on they will ask me when we become friends, right? So they just want to see how I react if I want to join them or yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, we did go for lunch sometime, right? We sit on the hallway. There might be a couple of us, 3 of us, or sometimes we go to cafeterias. So yeah,
Interesting.
my experience was actually not too bad. I did experience a little bit of, let's say, racism. There's like some of them, don't say things to me
Mm-hmm.
that I will not repeat on the video,
Mm-hmm.
and they will they will taunt me or they will bully me. But believe it or not, I do have other Caucasian kids that come and defend me, so that made me feel like there's good people.
Mm.
And I feel like I do belong, and
Nice. That's very good to hear that
yeah,
people
diversity.
people stood up for you and said that's
Yeah,
wrong, right?
exactly. Yeah.
So what about from the teachers? Did you ever catch any negativeness because of
Actually, when I go to high school, like junior high, grade 8, grade 9, I have no issue with teachers. Most of the teachers are nice and fair, right? They give me the same opportunity as other students.
Plus, you were a player back then, right? You were.
Well, I like sports.
No, I mean, you told me you were good with the
sports.
you were good with the ladies back then, so.
Well, yeah, that we won't talk.
So he tells me.
We won't talk about that, but it's healthy.
Yeah.
So when I go to senior high, it's pretty much the same, right? The teacher are good, the student are good, but
Let's talk about dating. When
dating, really?
yeah.
You talk about dating?
Yeah. So
Alright,
so
fine,
when you
sure.
so when you first came here, did you ever take Canadians on a date, or did you just kind of stick to
Well,
the Asian?
When I came here, my whole school was only like 2 Asian. So me and she came like after grade 8. She came grade 9, and she was from Hong Kong, and she doesn't really talk much. She's pretty shy. So I was like her translator.
Ah, so
Right.
you were in the friend zone.
Well, yeah, but I don't really hang out with her. So
Mm-hmm.
so I did sort of hang out with a Caucasian girl. I have a like pretty bad crush on her.
Mm.
So I did worked up enough courage and go talk to her, and then she agreed to like I went Saturday pretty early in the morning, and met her. We spent like the whole day hanging around downtown. That's about it.
The rest is history.
Yeah.
So you graduated,
Yeah.
and from there you started working right away, or did you?
I graduated high school, grade 12. I believe it was 1990 or 1991, right? I don't know if I should give dates so people can tell how old I am, but I don't care. It doesn't matter.
I mean, look, you look so young.
I know. People,
Guys, in the comments, who looks older, me or John?
him? Oh, me.
Who looks more mature?
Well, you got like nice beer and stuff, so
Well, I know I'm starting to look pretty raunchy.
raunchy.
I got told the other day I'm starting to look like a homeless man. I should trim it. So tonight,
No, it looks okay. Yeah, maybe a little trim. We'll
trim.
give it a try.
Yeah. If I shave my facial hair, I look like a 12-year-old child.
Yeah, look like a baby.
Yeah,
baby
I
face. Yeah.
can't do that. So
That's why I need your facial hair. Right?
keep my facial hair
Yes.
for my manliness.
Yeah, exactly.
So this is what we get into. You should be around when the camera's not on. But anyway, so basically, did you study?
So after high school, I did take a year off to work because I need a transportation. I don't have transportation, so I worked 3 jobs at one time.
Do you mind telling us where you worked?
Yeah. My full-time job was at the Bay after high school.
Oh, at the Bay.
Yeah,
Oh,
the Bay
interesting.
over here by the South Center. I work in the loading dock, like putting clothing away
Ah.
when they come off the truck.
So unloading trucks and loading
Well,
trucks.
I help to unload trucks,
Oh,
because
okay.
we have a full guy who do unload trucks. I help to
Okay.
unload trucks. And then I open the boxes and put all the stuff away and take it outside to the different department, right? And take it to all the nice ladies that work in the department, and they help them put it away on the rack, or I just leave it for them. Yeah, that was my full-time job, and also work at part-time, which is at I believe is Burger King. The one,
Burger King.
The one
okay.
used to be right off McLeod Trail where Moxie are right now.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that was Burger King right there
Yeah,
before
yeah.
Moxie. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
worked there as my part-time, and also work at the downtown Penguin Park. Down by, I don't remember what street, like 2nd Street and 6th Avenue.
Yeah, 6th and 7th, yeah.
Yeah, there. I worked there on weekends, like
Oh,
Friday,
nice.
Saturday. and
Okay.
Sunday.
All right, and then obviously you had a family of your own with a couple kids there and stuff, and
Right now, yeah,
yeah.
I have two
So
boys and a girl, two older boy and my daughter.
how? I mean, obviously there's a huge difference in you growing up in Malaysia compared to your kids growing up the way they're westernized and everything. How would you say that has? Would you say there's an effect on the way that your kids are, the mentality, not just a different age and time. We understand that's all different. That goes without saying. But do you feel that because a lot of people have the conception, and I personally think that too, that people that grow up in a third world country, which Malaysia is a third world country, that people are more to
Not
be
anymore.
Sorry.
Yeah.
But at your time it was though.
Almost. Could be.
Yeah, it was just in the middle.
Yeah, in the middle.
I checked.
Yeah.
So, but would you say that when it comes to improvising, when it comes to be happy with certain things, that you see your kids, growing up where they are now, to somebody back then, there's a lot more understanding from a child that's growing up that way because they don't have. I mean, look around. Your kids have everything you provide a lot, right? So that makes you feel being able to do that and compared how you grew up.
Well, back home, the standard of living is not as high as here. It's well, what I mean by that is the housing is, if you buy a house, is less money than here.
Yeah, but what is the cost, right? The cost is less
Well, now, back then the cost is pretty low. You can buy a, let's say, 1,200 square feet house for maybe $80,000, like Malaysian dollars, right? So it's like 3 to 1, I believe.
3 to 1,
Yeah.
three Malaysian dollars to 1 Canadian.
Exactly.
And is it called dollars or is it called
Well,
something
Back then, probably 8 to 1 or 7 to 1.
I know,
It's called ringgit.
ringgit?
Ringgit.
Ringgit.
Yeah, ringgit.
So
But-
three
but, yeah.
three ringgit to 1 Canadian dollar.
Back then, maybe seven,
Ah.
1. But now I think it's
The
like
forex
3.
has equaled
Yes.
out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because of time change, inflation, whatever.
Inflation.
whatnot, Yeah.
Inflation.
Yeah, inflation.
I hate that word.
So now I think it's like 3 to 1. So 3 ringgit is $1 Canadian. And the housing right now, if you buy, let's say 2,700 square foot house, now in Malaysia it costs ringgit about 890,000 ringgit. So about 300,000
300,000. Still, which I mean,
to 50 Canadian.
if you take inflation
Yeah.
for value, it's the same as it is here, pretty much. In
Exactly, yeah.
Like, yeah, it's a piece of board with.
But still a bit cheaper, right? Like 890.
If you look,
ringgit.
but if you look at it, if you were to earn that money in Malaysia, it's the same value. All we've done is, you know what I mean, for the same amount of money here, it's the same. If it wasn't for the inflation and the forex market, it'd be the same amount of money, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Roughly.
Yeah.
So very interesting. Well, that's good to hear. I did interview I interviewed a Jamaican lady on my channel, and she definitely had a bit more struggles than you. I'm very glad to hear. We've actually never talked about that, have we? In all the years,
Not really.
in our years,
we
have
didn't
we?
really get into it. Well, because my parents, they want to have, over there, economy wise, if you're in the lower class or middle class, you can really make anything much out of it unless you're in the upper class. So my dad has a pretty good job back home. We're sort of like in the middle class, right?
But yeah,
And-
mid to high or
Yeah, mid to high.
Yeah.
But anyway, my dad, he has a really good job, and he wants us to have a better life here. Like here, will give us better life. There is harder to, per se, to get a job, right? What you get paid there is very minimum. A day you might make like $20-30, like Malaysian money. So it's like $5-6 per day, Canadian money.
Which is not horrible.
Yeah, depending on what you
because
do, right?
Compared to other Asian countries.
Those
Like you take like the Philippines, Mark Thornton from Every Man Has a Story that I mentioned earlier. I've talked to him, and and I watched some of his videos, and he's saying that some of those guys are making 300 pesos a day, and that's
$30.
well, that's like $3
US.
if you take the US, because USD is 50 to 1 and the Canadian is 40 to 1, so it's even less,
Wow,
right?
okay.
So yeah, that's what I mean. So I mean, to $20 a day, and back then $20 a day would have been probably pretty good coin for your dad to make. So yeah, that's a very interesting story. And so what about now? Now you basically just have your family and
Yep.
raise your kids and
Yeah, you after you finish school, and I took a year off to make some money to buy vehicles so I can drive to school, drive around, hang out with friends and with girls, right? And then I went back to school after that. I went to Mount College, and then China University wasn't for me, so I went to State for 2 years. And after I graduated, I got a job.
interesting.
Yeah, and here the life is very good. I like life here. I met some people like Josh here, as a friend, and we're there for each other if we need each other, and we hang out. Life is good.
So what about now? Do you have anything big planned for your future?
Big plan. I want to retire.
You want to retire?
I want to retire
There you
soon,
go.
but
He wants to retire.
maybe not. I don't know.
So
Maybe
here's
a
the
few more
$1 million.
years.
Here's the $1 million question that I'm sure all the ladies that are watching this.
Hi, ladies.
Are you attached or single? What's your story?
Me and my, I would say, ex-wife. That means I'm separated, right?
But you are divorced legally. Yeah. So you are single.
Exactly. So
Okay.
I am single. Like 4 years ago, I believe, something like that.
4 or 5 years
I don't know
ago.
if I should
Yeah.
mention that, but
It's fine. It's okay. I mean, there's no harm, no foul, right?
Yeah.
We might just the love of your life might be watching this video, right?
Who knows?
So
You are. Hi. Have a good life. And yeah,
are you looking for somebody that you could enjoy? I mean, obviously you don't want to date and go out and like, oh, you hang up first. Oh, you hang up first. You
Nothing
obviously
like
don't
that.
want to. Yeah, but are you looking for someone, a soulmate that you could share your time and have some cool experiences and share your retirement with, or
Yeah,
is that
that would
not
be
on
nice.
your?
right now I just want to take it easy. If I meet someone, we can just hang out, go for coffee, go for lunch, dinner, and talk about things. Yeah, and take it from there.
So you are open to meet people.
Yeah, exactly.
So guys, if any of you is watching this video, John has 3 children. He's got, and listen, this is not a soliciting channel, so don't start with the shitty comments, because I don't. First, I don't care what you write. So if you want to be nasty, but so John has 1 daughter. Your daughter still lives with you because she's
Yeah.
young. She's what, 14?
13, yeah.
13 now.
Yeah.
And I've known her since she's been a little girl.
Yeah.
Crazy. And then your 2 boys, obviously, they're growing up and left the home. So
Well, my older son, moved out just before last Christmas.
oh yeah, your second son is still
my
here.
second
That's right.
son
He's
is
still
still hanging around.
and doing school. Yeah, but at least he's
School
going
and
to
work.
school,
Yeah,
school and
exactly,
work.
yeah.
So if anybody would be interested to meet John or to get to know John, you know what? You can remain anonymous. Send me an email, preferably females, correct?
Preferably female.
Preferably. So that gives you guys a little bit of leadway.
Leeway.
Oh, so if anybody would send me an email on moderntalkandadventures@gmail.com. It's in my channel, or you can message us on Facebook. We have a Facebook page. We also have an Instagram, which I don't do much on my channels. It's not my platform. I got nothing against it. I just never really been into it. But anyhow, guys, that's the way to get a hold of John if anybody is interested. Do you mind telling everybody how old you are, or is that not something you want to talk about?
Well, it's no secret, believe it or not, 5'2".
52. Wow.
Yes.
Guys, he's 52. That
Yeah.
man,
Well,
that
I
man
think-
don't look 52. That's for sure. You know.
Yeah.
52 and handsome, fun-loving father. Okay, I'll stop.
Stop.
But anyhow, yeah, guys, if anybody is interested, don't be shy. I mean, he's a real good guy. I vouch for him. You know.
Thank you, buddy.
So he really is a good father, a good father. If
you
all
too,
fathers, if all fathers were as good as this guy is to his kids,
I'm trying my best.
he would be.
Right.
I'm telling you guys, it would be good. But anyway, that's it for today's video. It was short. I mean, we didn't tell the whole story, but you gave the guys a gist of it. So I hope that people from Malaysia see this and they're inspired to come here. They're inspired to come check out our country, because I believe there's a lot here for a lot of different people. And I'm not that type of guy who says, "Oh, stay out of our country, we're full." No, I welcome people.
Yep.
Just be respectful when you come here. When I come to your country, I respect your rules and regulations, and we all expect the same when you come here. So not just me. But anyhow, guys, with that being said, thank you so much for coming, buddy. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Josh.
Thank you for coming to our channel.
Thank you for having me.
And
Appreciate
if, like I said, if anybody has any questions, leave it in the comments. We got videos coming. As I mentioned earlier about, we'll do a series of my life after I left as a Hutterite, and if you guys are interested, I can even talk about my life as a Hutterite, living on a Hutterite. I'll always be a Hutterite, and I'm Hutterite right to the core, but, obviously I don't live there anymore, and I don't, live the lifestyle and do the daily routine. But anyhow, guys, thank you so much for coming. Please like or dislike. I don't care. If you want to dislike, but just do something. Share. If you guys could share my videos on Facebook, it would really help me with the algorithm. You know what? If I don't get the subs and the views, I don't care. But it would just be nice to know that we're making these videos and that we're putting effort into it. The editing is what obviously takes the time, and just so know that somebody's hearing us and listening to us. So that's the only thing. So if you could share them, that would be good. And you know what? If you click the bell, you'll know when we're uploading new videos. It's not happening a lot lately, but we're gonna try our best. Winter's coming. My work has slowed down a bit, so I have more time to shoot these videos. So with that being said, guys, you know what we're gonna say next? Be kind to one another. It's not hard.
We can't do one now. It's not hard.
There you go. Thank you.
Thank you.